Hey guys, you've probably already noticed, but large central fab providers who have 3D printing as the next means for production are trying to get into O&P by selling you streamlined software or design software. They're called SaaS or software as a service. Think of them kind of like Netflix subscriptions, where you don't actually own the pipeline or the software, but you pay for the privilege of using it. They're selling you these softwares in this way because they've assessed the market and have determined that O&P practitioners are not able to navigate the technical hurdles of 3D design and have, as such, made new products that are trying to handhold as many aspects of the technical challenges for you, all for a price, right? It's not the only available option, and although a great option for some, for those of us who are price sensitive or technicians who want to become digital designers in a broader sense in O&P, or practices who just want to get into the space and test out the waters, these solutions are too costly, too simplified, and actually don't have very many transferable skills from 3D design into other areas. These solutions will also lock you in to an ecosystem that is dependent upon one larger company's throughput, output, and profit at the end of the day. So, how to get around this is quite challenging because there's not really an academic or peer based solution for systems workflows that use traditional or generalist 3D design software. I'm telling you this because I've been in the software industry for 8 years now, and I've seen the disparity O&P has towards digital solutions and design. And I've spent a good amount of time offsetting this in my work with practitioners in the US as a 3D designer and contractor. My specialty as a designer is I focus specifically on product design and 3D printing. I've served a huge variety of industries, helping entrepreneurs and inventors design from the ground up solutions that they take through 3D printing to validate, prototype, and produce new products. My favorite genre in my time in 3D design has been orthotics and prosthetics consistently because 3D printing is so effective at creating one off designs for one off anatomy. It's always a fun challenge in 3D space to create automation and tools and tricks that solve this kind of complex uniqueness problem. But I'm at the point now where I want to share what I have learned during my time in O&P design with you and show you exactly what tools I use as a generalist designer that easily compete, replicate, and duplicate the results you're seeing from these larger software and manufacturing solutions. And trust me, the cost is about 10% of what I've been quoted for other systems. You probably came to this course feeling daunted about learning 3D workflows because the tools and software you have to learn come from other industries like CAD programs, 3D printing machines, material choices. All of this is foreign to you. The players in the space who are doing this kind of work, you've seen them, right? You've seen them in media, have evident sums of money available to them to purchase the experts, machines, and materials to push ahead with ultimately their grasp on the market. So, without large capital and expertise, small to medium sized mom and pop clinics are left out, sitting on traditional methods and production techniques which are quickly becoming uncompetitive against the newer production seen in 3D printing. If you are a large O&P outfit, the software as a service model and product offering is great for quickly scaling up your employees with simple, easy to use point and click software. But if you're a small outfit, O&P solutions like this do not scale very effectively and will strip you of the ability to own your own innovation and your own pipelines, production, your means of design, and the ability to do all this in house. Other industries do it and they leverage 3D printing very well. Now it's time to take that next step in clinical practice in the O&P field. Think of it this way. If you don't have CAD literacy, you could feel forced to subscribe to the software and the ecosystem of partners, suppliers that they offer in order to participate in the digital revolution. Right now, you have to, for an example, subscribe to software A, which only makes and designs sockets with its limited set of tools, and it's $150 a month. Software B has another subscription service that only makes cranial devices and charges you €250 a month with technical support coming from Europe. Software C charges for orthotic production and goes by another pricing model entirely. Each software has different tools and completely different interfaces and keep true ownership of innovation away from your hands. When each of these softwares can cost you hundreds of dollars a month in subscriptions, that means by the end of the year, you're out of pocket tens of thousands of dollars in subscription cost, which you could make up for in volume of orders, but you've only digitized one or maybe two products that your clinic produces. So at the end of the day, the bottleneck of throughput for device production still rests on your technicians and their ability to produce handmade devices. So if you want to become a true digital O&P shop in every sense, how are you going to do that when you pay for software that is not yours and has rigid outcomes for each device and has high costs? So you probably guessed it by now. You don't need to be in this corner. The easiest and simplest answer to enable and empower yourself as a small player or a medium sized player in the OMP field is to acquire a literacy in CAD. I'm talking about like CAD fundamentals, 3D software as a genre. It's not hard, it's about 10 times more affordable and gives you absolute control and ownership over your own innovation. I'm talking about open ended tools for an open ended manufacturing medium because that's what 3D printing is all about at the end of the day. 3D printing is truly open ended. There's hundreds of materials, hundreds of machines, hundreds of applications, and it all comes down to just finding the one that's right for you. I want to give back and empower smaller OMP mom and pop shops with the skills and knowledge they need to compete with these large players, all while improving your ability to navigate the digital design space. Because the current offerings in design software from these larger providers strip out much of what it makes OMP so much fun. So, what do I mean by that? Because practitioners, you are craftsmen and artisans as much as you are medical professionals and people who care about patients. Going digital should not take away the artisan and craftsman in each of you. But going down the SAS route really removes the craftsman approach that can be had in software by those who understand the tools. I consider myself a digital craftsman, creating tools and processes which help foster creativity and outcomes in others, and I know that you can as well. So don't get caught up in the software as a service offering on your journey to get into 3D printing for O&P. Pay for your own software on affordable margins, design your own pipelines and needs, design everything your clinic makes under one software name or maybe two, and mirror the same outcomes that these larger central fabs are scripting for you. Learn what it takes to be a designer in the space and graduate into SAS later when your small or medium sized clinic is ready to scale up. But by that point, you will be literate as a consumer in the digital craftsman area and in digital literacy rather than just another point and click software user. This is why I see CAD literacy as one of the final pieces to the puzzle of uniting 3D printing and providers within the ONP world. Unless you take it upon yourself to be a literate market for their machines and products, you will continue to be sold hand holding software that prevents you from thinking and innovating like many other markets already in additive manufacturing. So, again, by taking this one step, you can turn your clinic into a modern and competitive ONP shop and turn your staff into digital craftsmen. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking with me to the end here. I'll see you in the next video.